Okay, the time now is 7:30. Ice, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we will not wait for Sherman. If he comes in, it's good. If not, then it's okay. So, wow, today is like one-to-one tuition, man. Good for you. All right, so this question, right, is something to do with number patterns. And number patterns, right, is actually a Sec 1 topic. All right. So I'm doing the extra question for Sec 1 topics. Hopefully it acts as a revision for you. So, Ice, do you want to try to draw the first and the fifth figures? You can annotate.
How to edit?
Oh, okay. So when you move your mouse around the top portion of your screen, right, there's this view option. Oh, Sherman is here. Can you see the view option? The view option. No, you can. It's not about taking control of the screen. Right? There is something called a view option. There's something called annotation.
Don't have.
Don't have, so weird. Okay, how about if you move your mouse to the lower left column? Do you see a symbol like this? It's like a pen inside like that one. Do you see something like that? Hello, Sherman.
Hi.
All right, so today we'll be doing a bit of the extra question. All right, which is I give you all homework lah, but you all never do lah, but it's okay. All right, so we are just going through this question. Sorry.
Also don't have.
Aiyo, how come also don't have? Aiyo. Okay, anyway, let me draw it then. Okay, come. So this number pattern is a Sec 1 topic, right? So let's take a look at what's the pattern. Look, let's look. There are two shapes actually. So figure 2, right? Figure 2 got rectangle. All right, figure 2 got 1 rectangle. Can you see that? Figure 3 got 2 rectangle. Figure 4 got 3 rectangle. Which means that figure 5 will have how many rectangles, Sherman? Sherman?
5.
Huh?
Wait,
Are you okay not? Figure
No.
2 got 1. Figure 3 got 2. Figure 4 got 3. Hello?
4.
Yeah, smart boy. Okay. So I think I caught him off guard suddenly. So he missed out. All right. So figure 5 got 4 rectangle. All right. But every one of them, right? Every one of them got what? Triangle, 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 triangle. So figure 5 will also have its own triangle, triangle. All right. So simple, right? This is what you learn in Sec 1. How to draw the figure 1? Figure 2 got 1 rectangle. Figure 1 got 0 rectangle, which means that you only draw the triangle. Oh yeah. Children, can you see that? Not difficult, right? So that will give you some points already. All right, that will give you some points already. Why my triangle so ugly? Okay. So draw in the first and the fifth figure. I drew in already. This and this. Is that okay? Okay, so now, just to remind you guys, in Sec 1, we learned of this very important formula. All right, we call this term n is equal to a plus n minus 1d. Right, I don't know if you got hear this before or not. All right, this is only for what? This is only for something called constant increase or decrease. All right, this is for those as constant increase or decrease. So what is the meaning of A? A is actually the first answer. The first answer. Later I'll explain, don't worry. And D is actually the differences between terms. Right, the differences between terms. And obviously you need to find the n term lah. Right, it's always n lah. Right, question always asks for the n term, right? What is the n term? So let's take a look at something called the triangle first. Let's take a look at something called the triangle first. So figure 1, right? Figure 1, there is 2 triangles. Figure 2, there is 2 triangles. Figure 3 is 3 triangles. Sorry, 2 triangles. Figure 4, there's 2 triangles. Hey, sure, this is not much of a pattern, yeah, quite true. Can you see that? So down here, they are looking for the number of rectangles and number of triangles in the nth term. So, Ice, can you help me? The nth term, right? Got how many triangles? What do you think?
2.
2 also, because everybody got 2, 2, 2. So this one must be 2, right? So that actually gives you the answer for 2 triangles down here. Easy. All right. So back to Sherman, because just now Sherman was talking about the rectangle. Right, I was asking him about the rectangles. Sherman, can you please help me? So figure 1, Sherman, got how many rectangles?
Figure 1, 0,
0. Figure 2,
1,
and so on.
2,
And
3, 4.
excellent. Okay, stop. All right, so children, as you can see, right, there's a what? There's a pattern here. And if you take a look, from 0, how to get to 1? It's a +1. From 1, how to get to 2? It's a +1. From 2, how to get to 3? It's a +1. All right. So this is what I call what? This red color +1, right? Because it's increasing at the same thing. This is what I call constant what? Constant increase. Understand or not? So it can be what? It can be +2, +2, +2. Can. It can be -3, -3, -3. All right. Those are called constant increase. No problem. If it's constant increase, right, I can actually use this formula. All right. I want to use this formula to help me. All right. Let's try to use this formula. All right. So the formula is term n is equal to a plus n minus 1d. And what is a? A is the first answer. So what is the first answer down here? This is considered the first answer. The figure 1. Figure 1, the first answer is 1. This is called the first answer. All right. The first answer is a 0. So 0 plus n minus 1d. What is the difference? The difference between the two terms. All right. The difference, which is the pattern, is a 1. All right. So in Sec 1, you learn something called rainbow method to expand. Sec 2, you also learn that. So 1 times n, 1 times minus 1. 1 times n is a n, 1 times minus 1 is a minus 1. So this is what you call the n term law answer. All right. So it's n minus 1 law. All right. So there's n minus 1 rectangles. Hey, sure. Why you make things so difficult? Actually, you are right, huh? Can you see not? Down here, the number is 2. 2, how do you get to 1 rectangle? Isn't it 2 minus 1? Yes. This number 3, how do you get to the 2 down here? Isn't it 3 minus 1? Correct. This 4, how do you get to the number of rectangles 3? You take 4 minus 1. So isn't this n minus 1? Yes, you are right. All right. So children, I just showed you 2 ways of doing. One is by formula. By this formula, you have to be careful. All right, it must be what? It must be a constant increase or decrease. Means the pattern is like +3, +3, +3. Or the pattern is like -5, -5, -5. Then you can use this formula. All right. Then another one, right? Another way of getting it is, right, I look at the what? I just use my common sense lah. I use the figure number to join with the rectangle. I use the figure number here to join with the rectangle. All right. So I try to derive a formula for it. So this is what you learn in Sec 1. All right, so hopefully, yeah, you can understand what is happening, because all this, right, will be eventually tested one. Sec 2, everything that is taught in Sec 1 and Sec 2 will be tested. Is that okay? Can you all give me a thumbs up, please? If it's okay lah. If not okay, then I can explain again. Oh, you no times ah. Oh, Sherman got time. Nice. Ice, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so now I'm going into the worksheet 7 ah. All right, sorry, worksheet 6. Oh no, we are still so far behind. All right, let's try to finish worksheet 6 and worksheet 7 by today. All right, children, I'm so sorry I'm going a bit slow because I did a revision with you guys. All right, hopefully you all did score better. Sherman, do you manage to get back your WA results already?
No.
Okay, next week I will ask the same question. So yeah, because these results I will record it down and I'll give you the points inside the class dojo. All right, anyway. Okay, so they ask you to factorize. Hey, children, can you see not? There are 3 items here. And there's one that is what? Best of both worlds. Can you see not? PQ. PQ is the best of both worlds. How come? Because got P, got Q. Right? Can you see that? So this type of question, what do? We use something called the cross method to factorize. So down here, 25p squared I put down here. It's the same method, children. It's the same method. Minus 20pq plus 4pq down here. Sherman, can I ask you, just now I asked Ice already. Is your school doing the factorization?
Not yet.
Not yet. So this method your teacher haven't teach you yet.
Yeah.
It's okay. Your teacher will teach that. All right, and this is very important. Just learn from me first. Okay, so what times what give you a 25p squared? All right, what times what? It will give you a what? 5 times 5. 5p times 5p. 5 times 5 will give you a 25. P times p will give you a p squared. What times what give you a 4? I will guess 2 times 2. And q squared is like q times q. All right, kiss cross. See whether it works or not. 5p times 2q is 10pq. 5p times 2q is 10pq. What do I need? What do I need? I need a minus 20pq. So down here, I need to minus 10, minus 10. Press your calculator, you get it. So minus 10pq is a minus 20pq. The minus I transfer to the left, the minus I transfer to the left. Do a check. Minus 2 times minus 2. Is it a plus 4? It's correct. So they are all balanced up nicely. Read from left to right, left to right. So your answer will be 5p minus 2q, 5p minus 2q. Aren't they the same? Yes. So you can write 5p minus 2q. Put a square down here. That's the final answer. That'll be great. So in a way, you try to simplify, make it neat. All right. So usually when you see 3 items, right, you can actually use the cross factorization. It's quite safe. So down here, what do you see? Oh no. Down here got 2 items only, and they ask me to factorize. Panic? No. Don't panic. Look, this is taking out the common term. 25 is actually made out of what? 25 is actually made up of like say 5 times 5. And 10 is actually made out of 5 times 2. Is there a common term? Yes, there is. What's the common term? The common term is a 5 and a 5. What you do? You suck out the common 5. All right, you take out the common 5. And what is left? All right, what is left in the bracket? All right, Sherman, can you help me? What is left in the bracket?
5.
Okay, 5p minus what? What else?
5p minus 2q.
2q. Excellent. Very good. So this is called factorization. Right? This is called factorization, taking out the common term. Oh no, this is difficult. Can you see not? When they use the word hence, right? Hence means what? Means that you have to relate back to what you have found in part A. All right, you have to use what you have found. Use what you had done in part A. All right, you have to show that. Okay, can you see that this portion here, right? This portion here, very familiar. This portion here is actually the red color that we did just now, which is a 5p minus 2q, 5p minus 2q. All right, can you see that? And this other portion is actually the what? It's actually the, just now what Sherman had helped us just now, the 5p minus 2q, that portion. Can you see not? All right, so there's still a plus up in the center here. So where I put it down here. All right, so I'm just using what I have on top to assist me because the question asked me to do so. All right, the question asked me to do so. And there's a final step. What's the final step? Children, can you see something? Can you see something? Can you see that the 5p minus 2q is actually the common term here? All right, because they are repeating, right? So this 5p minus 2q is the common term. And if it's a common term, right, you take out and you put one set first. 5p minus 2q. It's like taking out the common term. All right, so this and this is the common. So you just take out one set. And what's the remaining? What's the remainder? The remainder consists of what? The 2 consists of the 5p minus 2q. Right? Because this portion, right? This portion, you only take out one of the black box, right? There's still another 5p minus 2q. And just now this portion, right? Right, you took out the 5p minus 2q, the black box, you're left with a plus 5 down here. Can you see now? All right, I hope you all can see that. All right, so this is the way to do it. Can? And the last step, you try to make it nicer, 5p minus 2q. And this portion, you just leave it as 5p minus 2q plus 5 without the inside the bracket. That will be okay. All right, so this is quite interesting. All right, so the box down here, right, and the box down here, they are common. They are common. You take out one set and the rest of the item, right, which is the red color 5p minus 2q and the plus green color 5, you put in the other bracket. And that's how you do it. Is that okay? Okay, so